back with you as soon as I bring this armload of wood in. Okay. I'm gonna plug into the battery. Don't go fast, dead. Hello, Kinsey. Wet, dreary, nasty, horrible. What a nasty day. Wonder what's happened to Noodles. He hasn't done live. I think he got scared. I think somebody scared him from live streaming anymore. Noodles is running scared. Supposed to be rain like this, continuous, basically continuous rain for the day and tomorrow. It's continuous rain all day yesterday too. Then it's supposed to lighten up a little bit. I'll be able to get out and do something between the rain showers after tomorrow. Hey, Nancy. I think so. I think they did go camping. I think Zombie said to Noodles, hey, if you was out camping with some buddies and you got drunk and passed out, the next morning you woke up and the back of your pajamas were all shredded open and there was all Vaseline all over your backside, would you tell anybody? And Noodles said, nope. And Zombie said, let's go camping. Hey, Rick. What's happened with Noodles, Rick? Why is it Noodles going live? Is he running scared or something? Mom's so worried. He said something about getting frisked. That's why I'm thinking Nancy's right about the two of them going camping. I think zombies went and frisked him up really good. Oh shoot, I ain't got my picture going. Just a second here. Where's it at? I forgot to put it on loop. There we go. Now it's on loop. Yeah, she will. She's gonna miss her noodles. I need to get it. I need to re-edit this picture. Get a picture of both Robert and Moose peeking through those two windows instead of me. Okay, we'll do, Rick. Hell, it's flowing here. Why don't I check it out now? I'll be right back. I want to check it on out. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Carolyn with the frying pan. Yeah. Oh, Carolyn's all right. She's a little bit of a busybody in some places, but she's all right. I do like giving her bad time. She thinks I don't like her, and I don't mind that, but she's okay, I guess. She brought up the fact about a while back that I did said her license would never go anywhere, and her license won't, and neither will mine. Seriously. I mean, I recognize that unless you got something to bring to the table of real value in entertainment, people aren't just going to come over here and sit there and watch you talk about stupid stuff unless you can make it entertaining. And I can't do it. And it was my opinion that she couldn't either. at that time, I'm not saying that she couldn't now. Maybe she could now. I don't know. A person just has to learn what their niche is in life in order to make it successful. And that wasn't supposed to be an insult to her at all. But if a person has pipe dreams, if they're going to all of a sudden have a pretty decent following without having some type of a gimmick, and I hate to use that word, I mean, let's face it, I'll never be a live streamer unless I decide to go the drama route, which I choose not to. Yes, it is hard to entertain. It's a lot of work. Noodles puts a lot of work into doing it, and he still usually only has 20 to 40. A high side 40 on an average. And he puts a lot of work on into it. Hey, Kevin, I'm not very I'm more entertaining in text and chat, just throwing out my stuff. And even at that, I'm not very good at it. When I get up on the microphone, I'm not near as entertaining. I don't have. When I'm just texting, I have a little bit more time with my quick wittedness, and I do a little bit of correction to try to make my text come out the way that I want it to. Whereas on mic, they don't come out right necessarily the first time. Rick was pretty good at running a live stream. He'd always have something going with his live streams and made it entertaining. His most entertaining live stream though was when he got swatted. Boy, that was lousy. That was a lousy deal. I suppose I was a little bit more entertaining when I was drinking, but I don't drink anymore, and I don't miss it either. I think about the best forever chance that I can have is if I start doing a little bit more video. Whether I make videos out of it or smaller videos, just run a bunch of it, like when I'm running tractor or doing something. If I could just have a bunch of that, just something to run something to cat on. But I got to get better at keeping the camera on the tractor pointing in the right direction. And you're too lazy to get up to go to the refrigerator, aren't you, Kevin? Yeah, Rick, and that's the type of entertainment I definitely don't want. I mean, I don't. To me, it doesn't bother me if something like that happens. I could care less, but it's not something that I'm going to show on here. So, I mean, if something was to show up, and stuff, I mean, I'm not going to air it. That's not what I want my channel to be about. Well, train your dog to go to the refrigerator and get you one there. I already fed you birds. I ain't going to get you some more food. You still have food on out there. Don't come over here begging. You don't need to come on over here begging. Birds are all Democrats. One brain between maybe the both of them. Yeah, that's the one that usually comes over here. Well, my rooster comes over here big and constantly, but usually there's one hen in front. He usually keeps the hen in between me and when it gets close, he keeps the hen in between me and the rooster for some reason. That rooster doesn't trust me. I don't know why. Thinks I might try to get romantically involved with him or something. They'll constantly come on over and tell me that they're hungry to feed them some more. They always have food on out here. I always got plenty of food on out here for them, but they just want me to give them something fresh and new. I'll throw them something fresh and new. They'll eat on it for a couple minutes and they'll wander off. They'll leave most of it there. Then an hour later, they'll come back begging me to toss out some more for them. Well, I tell you what, Rick, I found out what some salmonella looks like. I think a friend of mine, he's raising chickens, and our chickens are slowed down on the egg production. So he brought us over a couple of dozen eggs that his chickens that he had put on up and had for a little while. And he washes his eggs. We don't wash ours until just before use. I went and cracked a couple of those eggs on open. And the eggs look fine, but inside the shell was some black mold-like stuff on the inside of it. So the eggs that I get from him. I got to look at the inside because the egg you dump the eggs on out, they look fine, but you look inside of the shell, and there's some black stuff on the inside there. I'm too afraid that's salmonella or something. I don't know. You know anything about that? Well, what my rooster does something similar to that. He allows the brown hens to eat, and he runs all the black hens off. I think my white rooster is racist. That don't like the black hens around here. He don't. He's racist, but he 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 waits for me to pass the food on out, and then he'll start clucking and call all the brown hens on in like he's the great provider for them. He stretches stuff like, "Look what I found! Look what I found! Look what I did!" Airballs, Tim. I mean, yeah, Tim. Yeah, even when they're super dirty, I don't wash them. Correct? I don't wash them until just before use. Like when I open up the carton, I'll go ahead and take the whole carton of eggs. I'll wash them and then keep them refrigerated. And because that once I get into the carton, it's going to be gone within 2 days. So I'll wash them at that point. But even if they're caked with poop, which ours don't get much poop on them hardly ever. Every once in a while I get that, but I don't wash any of that off. I believe what it is, Nancy, is that he had his eggs. I think his eggs were older, and as soon as he collects them, he washes his eggs. And I think they'd been sitting around too long. I mean, they didn't smell bad. They didn't smell rotten. You couldn't smell nothing with it. And I know with salmonella, you can't smell it either. So that's why I'm thinking it might have been salmonella. Our black chicken's all dark meat. The brown hens that we have are definitely better layers, but I want to get more of those hens that I had the first batch that I had, the originals. I want to bring that. I like their eggs better. They're not quite as big, but they have more flavor to them. The yolks are always darker. They eat those birds end up eating more of the bugs and don't count so much on the feed that I throw them. They like getting out there and scratching for their food. Yeah, the flow test was fine on them. But salmon is, and you crack it. If they float, you don't want to crack them open because they're going to start smelling bad. Um, but no, the salmonella that will salmonella will pass the float test. And I could probably, being that I'm dumping them out and I'm cooking them all the way through when I'm scrambling them, I get that. They say that will kill the salmonella. I'm just not risking it. I can get enough eggs that I don't need to risk anything like that. Actually, what I do is just to make sure that no other animal gets it, just in case it is salmonella. I go ahead and cremate them. It might just be black mold on them there. From sitting for so long or something. I think those eggs were about 2 months old. But I know that we've had eggs that last 3, 4, 5 months in the refrigerator, but we don't wash them. They'll last a lot longer if you don't wash them. Man, what a dreary day. If it's just break enough for me to at least hop on the tractor and start sorting through those logs down there. I can run the tractor down there. That's hard ground there. And rock. I might go down and buy myself a raincoat just so I can start running the sawmill in the rain or something. I ain't turning my garden on this rain, Rick. I'm trying to get away from that, Rick. Not that I'm opposed to it, but my car with a fence in the garden, keeping the deer on out. It's hard to get my tractor around to rototill it. If I had the fence down, I'd rototill every year, but it's getting difficult to maneuver the tractor around inside the garden area. So I'm slowly getting away from the tilling. Not that I'm thinking that that's any better. I think it's actually more productive to till. I don't get these people that are saying, "Oh, no till is the only way to go." I don't buy that. If you can till. But well, they say that's the most. I don't believe that's the best. Everybody that I know around here that does a no till they don't get near the harvest that I get or anybody else that I know that does still. The thing is just not overtilling. It meant the cashier laughed. Yeah, that's what it means, Kevin. Exactly. Which, Rick, that part I'm okay with because I plan on getting a push mower and just being able to mow between the rows, keep the weeds mowed down. What I want to do is get a little those gas powered augers, a handheld one, just a one man gas powered auger where with like it bores like a 3 or 4 inch hole. That way, I just wherever I'm going to put a plant, I'll bore it on out and drop the potted plant down in that hole, and then I can put some fresh fertilizer on in there and stuff along with it. Yeah, I could run the weed eater, and that's what I have been doing. Is just running the weed eater in between the rows. But that I would rather just push a push mower through there. Yeah, going with the highway culture. I swear, if a person rototill, tills up or plows their field and stuff, then plants, for whatever reason, I think it's because the soil warms up, and maybe it's just our area, but that dark soil, then it warms up faster. With the heat generates helps produce tell the plant to produce more and get going. So, yeah, it does. Especially we can go up to Walmart and park in that spot there and say, "Hey, bring my groceries on out." Yeah, I built an arbor to grow my green beans on. I grew some this year, but didn't really mess with them because I didn't do nothing with the garden this year. I want to get it going again this next year, though. We just had so much stuff still canned on up from previous years that I really wasn't too worried about a garden this year. It's pretty cool that little green bean arbor that I built. It's equivalent to having a row 4, 8, 12, 20 feet long of string beans. It takes a 4 by 8 area, 4 by 10, something like that. And I tell you what, just that little bit there, I'm gonna grow green beans on in there. It will produce throughout the year. It'll give me about 40 quarts of string beans. That's a lot of string beans. You still go in the shop? They don't say anything. Not around here, Tim. It isn't. You can buy from the Amish here. Oh, I mean, you buy from the Mennonites here, but man, they go with the Mennonites here. They're selling it as what's that called, organic and all that stuff. And it's buying the food from the Mennonites. It's it's probably about 50, 60% higher. and people are paying it. Oops, I got company, guys. I'm going to have to get off here. I wasn't expecting him coming up this early in the day. But I think Dave's here showing up with my eggs. Anyway, I want to get off here, guys, to visit with Dave. I might go live a little bit later. Sorry about leaving you in such a rush. Bye, y'all.